All right. Once upon a time, I want to tell you a story. There was a guy, a very, very famous, very rich rock and roll star whose career was fading a little bit. He was getting a bit fat and porky around the middle, you know, and he was making all those top 10 hit singles to make a bit of money before he retired. He was sunbathing in his very walled and guarded house in Los Angeles one day with his very big-titted girlfriend lying by his side, exposing herself. The garden bushes start to shake, and out steps this little 15-year-old kid in an Iron Maiden t-shirt. The woman screams, leaping up, clutching her breasts, going, "It's a peeping Tom, it's a peeping Tom! Fetch security!" So the rock star gets over and he goes, "Max, Max, come here!" So Max comes in and goes, "Hey, what the fuck's wrong?" Grabs the kid. So he's got him struggling on the end of his t-shirt, this huge, great bouncer, right? And it's your brother? It could be your brother, I tell you. So anyway, this kid is sitting there, and the rock star goes, "So what do you want then, huh? What do you want? You want my fucking autograph or something?" He said, I'm sick of autograph hunters and all that shit. The kid goes, "I don't want your autograph. As a matter of fact, I happen to think your music sucks ever since you did all that commercial shit. I think it's a pile of crap." So the rock star sits and he thinks about this. He sits and thinks about this for a couple of seconds, and his girlfriend's going, "He just came to spy on us, he just came to spy on us and steal all of our money." And the kid says, No, you see, you don't understand. You see, you're going to get married to him in a couple of months, and then you're going to get divorced. You're the one that's going to steal all of his money, you know, and all that LA bitch, you know. So she starts hanging onto her tits and looking even more, you know, and the rock star turns to the kid and he says, "I know what you want." He said, "You are a peeping Tom." He said, "You came to spy on the size of my girlfriend's jugs." And he looks down, and there, by the side of the table, was this enormous mound of cocaine, right? So there is a silence for a couple of seconds while the rock star looks at the cocaine and his girlfriend's tits and the 15-year-old kid, and he says, "You have been sent by some magazine to spy on my girlfriend and to tell the world about my mad cocaine habit, huh?" "Yes, admit it." The kid said, No. I said, "I don't give a shit. If you want to take cocaine and kill yourself, that's your own business, sunshine," he said. I just came to ask for $10 off you, said as you're a millionaire and you can afford it. I came to ask for $10 so I can fix my bicycle. Then I'll be on my way and leave you alone in peace, and you'll never hear another word from me." "He's lying, the dirty scumbag," shouts the girlfriend. So the rock star turns to the kid and he says, "Look, all right, you'll get your $10, but in return you have to promise not to say a word about any of this, not to say a word about the cocaine, not to say a word about my girlfriend, not to say a word about how fat I'm getting after all this fucking drinking and no working and all the rest of it, right?" And the kid said, "Look, sunshine, I'm not bothered in the slightest bit about your cocaine habit or anything else, but seeing as you won't believe me, seeing as because you're from Los Angeles, you won't believe that any person in this world could do anything honestly, right? I'm just going to tell you a fortune for the $10, all right?" So Max, the security guard, gives him the $10. He says, "Well, what about this woman over here? You're going to get married, you're going to get divorced, she's going to take all your money, then she's going to go and get a job in Denny's, she's going to take a few acting classes, she's not going to get a job because she's so dumb and stupid, and she's going to take some porn movies, and she's going to die of AIDS or some shit like that. How about that?" The woman freaks. "You fucking asshole! Get out of here! What kind of fucking kid are you to have a disgusting mind like that at your age?" The kid turns to the rock star. Your career is going to go down the tubes, sunshine. It's going down the tubes already. Couple of years, nobody's going to be interested in you. You're just going to keep taking the drugs until your heart blows up one day. You're going to end up in a grave, and everybody's going to be forgetting about you, sunshine. Get him out of here. The kid gets thrown out onto the street. Max, the security guard, goes out and goes, "Hey, you're a fucking good kid. What's all this shit you're giving people about fucking AIDS and fucking drugs being bad for you and all that garbage? People don't want to hear that shit, even if it is the truth." The kid says, "Look, one more thing before I go. I'm going to tell you a fortune. Max, you're an honest guy. You're the only good guy out of the three of them, but you're going to die poor because most honest people do die poor. Here's your $10 back. You're going to need it more than I do. Till then, here's my card. If you know anybody who can fix bicycles for free, just kind of give me a call. Max looks at the card.